Now for our feature story of the day, fam, let's discuss Bitcoin's probability of hitting $1 million per coin, or better yet, 1.1 million this cycle, this year. As the cycle peak, I'm going to be sharing some different models and some different, projections from Plan B, stock to flow, also from Samson Mao, as well as another model, which we cover sometimes here on the show, as well as my personal thoughts on this. So this particular headline reads, Bitcoin's 1 million prediction. They only give it a 5% probability. JV 10x'd it. So my personal prediction is a 50% probability, and stick around, I'll explain exactly why. This is according to the quantile model. So quantile model only gives it a 5% probability. But what did Jim Carrey say in Dumb and Dumber? So you're saying there's a chance? Precisely. That's the bigger picture. Other headlines here. BlackRock CEO Larry Finkmeister makes 700,000 Bitcoin price prediction. Shout out to the Finkmeister there, Lawrence Fink. And Bitcoin's path to 500,000. Plan B explains the market cycle. For those that don't know, stock to flow, we're going to touch upon this as well. Their ultimate projection is anywhere from 100,000 to a million this cycle, with the average being 500,000, but right in alignment with what I'm sharing. And then Samson Mao has been calling 1 million, and you already know he's probably one of the most bullish in the market. So I personally love Samson. He's doing great work out there for Bitcoin adoption globally with different countries and leaders around the world. And he made a tweet here, 1 million this year. I hope Samson's right. Let me know if you agree, disagree, and what would you throw the probability at if you were to just speculate. Clearly, none of us have crystal balls. We don't get financial advice. Anything you hear during the stream is for entertainment purposes only. But if you were to give a probability of that actually happening, what would it be? Only 5%? Do you think 50%? 10%, 20%, 1%, no percent, 100%, whatever. Let me know. And I'll read those comments out loud when I'm done running through this. But first, let's actually dive deeper into Plan B. Creator of the Bitcoin stock flow model predicts Bitcoin reached the average price 500,000 this year. 5x, baby. Send it. Here's one of his recent posts, which he shared, highlighting how his predictions of the current cycle have come true. From the post-halving surge to Bitcoin reaching 100,000 in 2024, he maintains that Bitcoin will achieve 10 trillion market cap during this cycle. Right now, we're at a 2 trillion. That's a 5x, baby. So yeah, quoting him here, my forward guidance for 2025 has not changed since. And he's referencing the old tweet. Here's the proof of work. Yeah, I mean, this was going back, but I'm going to read this out loud. He says, we'll rise into the April 2024 halving, check, meaning it's already happened. The halving around stock to flow value, check, already happened. Pump after the halving, check, done deal. 100K 2020, check, done deal. Next, 2025 hit the stock to flow target of a 500 average with a range. And I apologize. The range is not 100 to 1 million. It's 250 to 1 million. Get it straight, JV. And so let me know if you think that will likely play into fruition. I personally am a big fan of the stock to flow. I've been covering this for quite some time on the stream. We're not going to dive deeper into it, but that's the gist. 500,000 on average for this cycle. Let me know if you agree, disagree. And diving into Samson Mao's bullishness. We love Samson Mao here. So here we go. No sooner had Bitcoin reached 100,000, proponents began setting higher milestones. You're damn right. We're setting the higher milestones. Not because of the price, but 1 million Bitcoin price predictions are now commonplace, especially here in Crypto Newsletters. Been talking about it for quite some time. But because of the timeline he anticipates for the asset to hit the target, not many analysts are actually calling for 1 million this particular year. He's one who does. And not only is he calling for it, he is doubling down and putting his money where his mouth is. In a post on Wednesday, Jan 3 CEO Samson Mao started Bitcoin hitting 1 million in 2025, doubling down on the original projection. Mao's latest statement, alluding to the ambitious prediction, came in a response in comparison to the Bitcoin current price with the 2017 bull market, as analysts' Black Widow overlaying the 2017 price action of the chart, setting the price target for 1 million per biddy. Interestingly, this belief that Bitcoin would replicate the 2017 run was the basis for Mao's argument. So that's his logic on why we'll do it. He argued that a Bitcoin could pull a 20x. I witnessed it in 2017. Bitcoin ripped from 1,020K. I know it's possible. So yeah, that can happen again. It's a 20x. What would happen if we 20x from today's price action? 2 million per coin. Max Geyser's 2.2 million in play is what that's where it takes us. Samson's Mao 1 million Bitcoin target has unsurprisingly been met with significant skepticism. Some people say no way, but notice it's an ETH guy. I mean, I expect nothing less from a pro ETH gentleman named Yuppie. But what do I know? You let me know your thoughts on that. And diving a little deeper, I guess we can touch upon BlackRock's 700,000 projection from Larry Fink. That's based on an allocation of 2 to 5% from the sovereign wealth funds, which he talked about. Institutions and state-owned sovereign wealth funds, if they were to allocate just 2 to 5% of their portfolio into the Biddy, that can send Bitcoin soaring to 500 to 700,000 per Biddy. Let me know if you agree, disagree. And touching upon the 5% probability according to the quantile model, let's touch upon this. Contrasting predictions, what could stand in the way. So some of the things they say can stand in the way according to this model is market volatility. Well, that's a given, but I look at volatility as a life force, a wise man once said by the name of Mikey Saylor. Regulatory challenges, well, it looks like with the Trump administration in there, I don't see or foresee many regulatory challenges moving forward. I could be wrong, but what are your thoughts on that? And then adoption rates. I think adoption is going to continue. What's the term I'm looking for? Where it goes exponential. Yeah, that's the word. Exponential, especially with world leaders and the president of the free world adopting Bitcoin, strategic reserve, potentially. You know, they're entertaining it right now. And the stockpile, though granted, he initially said he was going to stockpile Bitcoin and then he just changed it to stockpiling the crypto. Nonetheless, I mean, anything is possible. I think a 5% probability is ultimately too low. I'm just too optimistic of the bull scenario and this being a true, genuine, what's the word? Super cycle? Yeah, I mean, or hyper. If we get true hyperinflation in the United States, 1.1 million is all I'm saying. And if we get a super cycle, either or, 1.1 million is all I'm saying. Base case from JV, 420,000, because I keep it base for the broskies. Max Keiser knows more than me. He's calling for 2.2 million. He's ultimately taking my itty bitty 1.1 million and saying, let's do another 1.1 million. And then 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11 until you hit 2.2 million is all I'm saying. But what are your thoughts, family, regarding some of these projections? But I firmly do believe this. What is it based on? Let me keep it 100. 11 is my favorite number. Did I pull it out? Yes. I love 11. I took a decimal point and put it between the ones. The most honest Bitcoin podcast you're ever going to come across. I didn't look into the future. I'm not Edgar Casey. I'm not the sleeping prophet. I'm not Nostradamus. I don't have crystal ball. I got crystals and big balls, but I don't have a crystal ball I gaze into. You know what I mean? But it's my personal projection. 420 to 1.1 million. Let me know your thoughts, and welcome to the Q&A segment of the live stream.